Good morning. This is Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City. We're at the end of March 2012, and it's been a good year so far in investment in Oklahoma City. And I wanted to discuss just one situation to kind of give you an indication of why you ought to be here, whether you're a local investor or out-of-state investor. And I want to thank all of you who have contacted me through YouTube videos. And the one I want to discuss right now is a local investor and his partner. They're two people. They're selling out of their commercial investments, going into residential, because residential is really the most stable investment with the highest return right now. And I want to give you just two examples of their closings that they've had this year. We've just started, but we did a closing earlier in the year. And it was a nice little house, well, really not too small, over 1,500 square feet. It was purchased as a distressed short sale property at $75,000. The important thing to know is before it was even ready to be rented, before it was even advertised, it was already rented. It had multiple people that wanted to have it, and it rented at $1,000. And in this particular case, of course, the investor did not have to use a property manager. Now, I still recommend a property manager. I think they're extremely important. But here's a situation where there was no upfront fees, and you had multiple people that wanted that. And I want you to look at that ratio of price to rent. In other words, $75,000 purchase to $1,000 a month in rental. You know, back in 2005, when people are going crazy buying here from all over, we didn't get those kind of rents. Typically, they were less than 1%. In other words, a $150,000 house might rent at $1,250, and yet there was still positive cash flow. So now when you start thinking about $1,000 a month rent, putting 20% down, maybe having a $300 or $400 a month payment on something like $1,000, you can see cash flow wise how fantastic that is, and no vacancy. In other words, you're ready to go within 30 days of when you actually closed on the property or less. You have someone in the property. Now, we just closed one about 2 weeks ago at $92,000 and with the same people, and it is already rented at $1,250 without any kind of advertising or getting ready. It's just that's kind of how things kind of get spread around. In fact, what I did is I had some people moving out of house, didn't want to buy at this moment. I said, look, I've got this investor. He's got this house over at $1,250. They snapped it up immediately because rents are hard to find right now. It is very, very low vacancy rate of 1% to 3%. So again, there's a $92,000 purchase price. And by the way, this was a foreclosed property in excellent condition that has $135,000 to $140,000 value. That was purchased at $92,000, renting at $1,250 without vacancy. So again, you've got to look at real estate as, at this moment in time, especially in Oklahoma, a conservative investment. In other words, we always have had a stable market here, didn't have a bubble, but prices are down everywhere. And so we are at real pricing at this point. There is not a bubble at this moment that I'm aware of in the United States, and there certainly has not been one in Oklahoma. So in this situation, I'm not asking you to talk to me about dumping everything that you have and going into real estate. I'm not an eggs in one basket, all eggs in one basket kind of person. But I do believe that real estate ought to be a significant part of your portfolio when you're getting $600, $700, $800 in some cases a month in positive cash flow. You're talking about a 30-35% annualized return on your money before taxes. Now compare that to a mutual fund, compare it to dividends that's being paid in the stock market. That's just really an incredible return for a conservative investment. Plus, it's one that's real. It's one that has bricks and mortar that you can come visit, put your hands on. It is tangible. It is verifiable in value. This is a really great time to buy real estate, and in Oklahoma City, we're renting them in some cases, in fact, in most cases, before they ever hit the market. And this is the kind of market that you want to be in. So I urge you to call me so we can kind of discuss a plan for you that would work for you to get you a solid return on investment, to help you with retirement, to help you with just extra expenses or paying for your son or daughter's college education. I really want to get you into Oklahoma City real estate because, honestly, it's never been better. This is Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, where we deliver traditional real estate values at the speed of technology.